Well, there it is, the new SCHRADE, including some American-made stuff. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm doing something completely different by just giving you basically an unboxing. The box is so huge that they sent me that I couldn't really get it all on frame, and so I'm going to do it like this. I'm just going to give you a basic overview of some of SCHRADE's new for 2022 as they rebrand and relaunch themselves, so that we can determine as the blade community, are they making something that we want to purchase, pursue, and throw our hard-earned money after or not. And it's interesting, you know, they sent me all these blades in this big kind of like media press release that we're going to run through real quick. And I was talking to them on the phone months ago, and I said to them, you know, like, that's great that you guys are rebranding, doing some stuff in America. That's awesome. But you have a lot of mileage to earn back the trust of the knife community, me as a gear reviewer, because we've seen in the past some just kind of SCHRADE being all over the place. You know, they'll have certain models in certain blade steels or in certain grinds, and then halfway through production, they like rotate, and what used to be a saber grind is now a hollow grind and totally changes the performance of the blade. Or, you know, what used to be 1095 is now 65 MN steel. Things like that have happened in the past, and they readily admitted that. They're like, yep, we're trying to relaunch, really fix some of those old things, you know, and just go in a completely new direction. I don't know all of the backstory. I believe they were resold again, or, you know, swapped ownership from where they used to be. And so here we are. And as we break this down, I want to hear from you guys. I want comments from you. What are maybe some designs that you want me to go into full in-depth reviews of? I've just messed around with these a little bit just to kind of show us what they're doing. And, you know, I always want knife brands to succeed. It'll be up to them whether or not they produce stuff that you and me, the user, actually enjoy and like. And so I want to start right off with kind of their flagship Alpha. They have Alpha, Beta, and Delta series is now what they're doing. Their Alpha series are, from what I understand, all American made, and that's really where this pocket knife comes in. USA made. This is the Radic, I believe, is how you say it. Radic, USA made, S35 VN steel, excellent carbon fiber. They're doing a pivot lock, you know, a crossbar lock, like what we know from a Benchmade Axis, since the patent, you know, went by the wayside. Now everybody's doing it. Functions well. I believe they call it their glide technology. It's running on some sort of bronze. I think I see bronze in there. Ball bearing system, so it's really smooth. You can see there it just falls into place. This particular blade is 3.75 inches overall length. Really cool Wharncliffe with like a big swedge. They say hollow grind. It feels almost like a saber, or a very mild hollow grind on this one. Very cool though. I mean, distinct blade shape, to be sure. Very unique, very cool. Aggressive line there. Big full handle, 4.5 ounces overall. You can see there it fills out my hand with plenty of real estate left over. Now, big, broad, kind of unique pocket clip there. Good centering. Now, MSRP, I will be sharing with you on all of these, and as this launches and as this brand relaunches themselves, if one of these models does make sense for you and you want to dive into them, I will have links over to the distributors below. Appreciate it when you guys use those hyperlinks. If a design makes sense for you today, we're just kind of breaking it down. I want to hear comments. Lay down those comments on what your thoughts are of each design. SCHRADE as a brand, you know, what do you want to see from them to make it worthwhile for you, the user, and for me, the knife user. I have my feelings on certain models. Two things that I noticed mainly is, first off, the crossbar lock, and I think I said $250. If I did not, MSRP is $250 on this USA made S35VN model, which is about what you would get for a lot of other brands. Here's just another, here's a Gerber carbon fiber, 20 CV steel, USA made, $250. So MSRP on that, that's pretty much what the market is asking for. Now, the liners are steel, flow through construction, but they are not milled, they are not cut out or anything like that. They could have lightened it up probably by about half an ounce if they had done that. And it just kind of shows, you know, just a rudimentary design, if you will. You know, it's just carbon fiber smacked onto some stainless steel liners. Not bad at all. The carbon fiber handle scales are rounded, contoured, so that's good. No, you know, obscure edges or anything like that. but it would have been nice to see some milling, just showing some attention to detail there that we're not seeing. And then a crossbar lock is like part of the whole thing, and the thumb studs as well, is to be ambidextrous. This is not an ambidextrous blade. No holes right there for the pocket clip. It would have totally made sense because the thumb studs are really pronounced on both sides. Crossbar lock works really well. So it's kind of weird, just kind of, you know, missing 10% of the market right there. But other than that, I mean, a really cool shape, good material, seems to be functioning well from just my initial use. And definitely something worth looking at. And if this is what they're going to do with a lot of their US, you know, line, then I'm looking forward to seeing more like it. Now, on the flip side, something over here, I believe this is in their beta series, USA made again, so that's good. D2 steel, about 60 bucks MSRP, so that's not bad. Real kind of popular right now, cleaver design, really wide, broad. The grinding seems to be well done. You know, matches up pretty uniform there. Big flipper, frame lock, stainless steel. I'm trying to remember. I'm going to annotate in some of the names here as I'm just firing them off. And this one is kind of loop over deep right pocket clip, righty only again though. It's kind of designed like a credit card, so it's really thin. And the metal, the steel liners are so thin, they kind of have sharp edges a little bit. And it wouldn't be the blade that I would carry. And in fact, when I press on the frame lock travels and can actually get itself kind of jammed. If I just push right there, you can see there. I wedged it all the way over because of just how thin the overall handle is. I get what they were going for, and they do have a compact version as well, making it like credit card thin, like money clip kind of style. But in so doing, it would have been nicer to actually just have it a little bit thicker, because then you would have actually had a little bit more purchase. The handles wouldn't have been as abrupt on the edges back here, and the locking mechanism wouldn't be fluctuating as much as it is. So not real pumped about this particular model over here. Then we're going to bounce on over here to their fixed blades. Now, I'm actually pretty impressed with this. MSRP is $40. So now when you just see fixed blades at 40 bucks, you're thinking 7CR, you're thinking 8CR at best, MOV steel, maybe, you know, 65 MN steel. These are kind of in a hunting profile. So they both have hollow grinds. One is a gut hook. One is your, you know, dedicated regular drop point. Hollow grind, polymer sheaths, not ambidextrous. AUS 10 steel, a US 10 steel for $40 MSRP. That's pretty impressive. So I'm pretty happy with that, about 4 inches. Classic design there. Pretty precise tip. Again, more of a hunter style, but you could definitely use it for general, you know, outdoor tasks. It wouldn't be, I would say, like an extreme hard use survival knife because of just the hollow grind. Makes it really nice and slicey, 90-degree spine. The sheath does have an integrated little ceramic V-notch sharpener. I hate those, I don't use them. It does have a little fire steel. It does actually kind of, it tends to throw sparks pretty well, which I'm pretty surprised with. Integrated little fire steel right there. Pops in, little polymer clip there. I mean, for 40 bucks MSRP, and then you got a double-edged gut hook right there, so that's going to be sharpened on both sides. If that's something that you're into, same style V ceramic notch pull-through sharpener and a fire steel as well. So you could choose either one if that was something that you were interested in. I love AUS 10 steel, and so that's very impressive. So who knows what, you know, the sales rate would be, even if you had to pay 40 bucks for it, full tang, you know, rubberized, kind of a polymer handle scales. Not bad at all, and it'd be great to see some of these in some different grinding. You know, if this had a high saber grind or even a full flat, that'd be pretty sweet. A true Scandi, you know, stuff like that would be pretty cool, but that's pretty sweet. So I'm happy to see that, particularly at that price point. You're getting a good steel for a really inexpensive price. The handle seems good and ergonomic, all of that. Then if you want OTFs, this is the Uproar series. This is the more EDC of the two. You know, if you live in an area that allows for OTFs, but you're like, man, I don't want to spend $250. I don't know. Am I really going to like that type of style? Is it something I'm really going to use? I don't know. I'm on the fence. This is an option to get you into that without having to break the bank. assembled in America out of foreign and domestic parts. So that's good to see. D2 steel, $100 MSRP. For this model right here, this is a dagger shape. There we go. Let's see if I can show you here. But only one edge. So the top edge is not sharp and the bottom edge is. D2 steel, snappy. I've tested this many times with like the misfire. Seems to fall right back on the track without issue. I can even do this kind of in a weird way. Sorry, the camera's kind of acting all goofy. There we go. Good, pronounced, trigger button. Suck in, suck out. All day. Good pocket clip, loop over. Good firing mechanism, and for $100, you're getting good steel on a little tool like that. Definitely some rattle, but you're gonna get that with all OTFs. Then if you want a more tactical version, they have the KELTY blacked out pocket clip. This one will have a glass breaker on the back end there. And it will be a double edge, so you're gonna get a double dagger edge with half plain edge, half serrated. So combo edges on either side there. D2 steel, again, assembled in America with foreign and domestic parts. Same thing. If it falls off the track, easy to get it back on and running for $100. So not bad for your introductory OTFs. Seems to be functioning well for the little bit of time I've been messing around with them. Then finally, the trucks, I think is how you pronounce it. I do have to say, SCHRADE's old way of model, it was just model numbers, is like the SCHF 81, the FCHF 55, such a headache as a gear reviewer to try and like keep track and whatever. So at least they got names now for each one of these, which is good. The trucks, I believe, from their alpha class again, S35VN, cool modified Tanto shape right there. So like a rounded Tanto, about 3 inches from what I remember off the top of my head. Flat grind on this one, USA made. Good, locking mechanism. G10 handle scales that are pretty aggressive. They definitely got some ribbing on them. A little bit of jimping kicking out the back there. Didn't seem to cause a hot spot for my initial just gripping. Kind of just floats there. Full purchase with my hand. Aluminum, from what I can tell, bolster. I don't believe there's any titanium. And then stainless steel liners that, again, have not been milled out. Would like to see that. Deep ride loop over pocket clip, not ambidextrous. So again, could have been a totally ambidextrous blade. They didn't do that. $200. So kind of on the higher end. Here's an S30V version of the Cedulo from Gerber, about $110, I believe. Loop over, got that crossbar, and it's ambidextrous. Full flat grind. If I can get it closed, come on. There we go. So just things to think about. $200, I would argue, is probably on the top end of what you would pay for this guy right here. But got an interesting collection, some really cool direction. I like what they're doing with the fixed blades overall. The OTFs seem to be going in the right direction for the materials and being, produced and at least manufactured over here. And then this guy has a lot going for it as well, the Radic. So overall, I like the direction that they're going in, but I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think of what SCHRADE is doing, coming back on the market, making some American-made stuff, redesigning some things? What's your take if you already own one? Because I know they've been slowly releasing a few of these. Do you like what you're seeing? Are there some drawbacks? And are there some that you're seeing here that you want me to really go into detail, really like beat on, see how they perform? Let me know in the comment section below. So appreciate you guys so much for coming over today, checking out the video. Check out the other one popping up. Subscribe if you're not yet a subscriber. And until next time, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and I'll see you out there.